If my school is not using the SIMS or Facility Sync applications, then I will need to do an other import. This process creates the teacher and student accounts as well as group data for my school. I visit my.alfiecloud.com and log in with my administrator account. This is generally the IT email address supplied at the time of sign-up. I click on Import Data under my User Account tab. I scroll down to the bottom of the window and download the AlfieSoft Other Export Templates file. I unzip the file and open it in my spreadsheet editing software. Across the bottom, I have 3 tabs: Students, Teachers, and Groups. Columns with a green header are optional. All other columns are compulsory. I can hover over a column header for field-specific information. It is important to remember that Alfie imports must include all of the data I want in the system on every import. If I do not put a student or teacher in the files when I import them, Alfie will consider this as them no longer being at the school, and they will be marked as deleted from the system. I must use a unique ID for each student. AlfieSoft advised that I use the UPN or admissions number. I have to use the same unique ID every time I import the data, otherwise my students will not match up. I fill in the first name, last name, gender, and date of birth columns as per the instructions in the column headers. I can also add FSM, SEN, and EAL details as well as ethnicity, but these are not compulsory. To add a student to a group, I put the group's unique ID in the first column. I can add a student to as many groups as I like by putting them in more columns. I click on the Teachers tab. Adding teachers is very similar to the process of the students. Again, I need a unique ID, and AlfieSoft advised I use the teacher number here, but I could also use the teacher code. As with the students, I have to use the same unique ID every time I import the data, otherwise my teachers will not match up. I add the first name, last name, and email address, which must also be unique for each teacher. I can add teachers to groups in the same way as I did for the students. I click on the Groups tab. In the Unique ID column, I need to put each group I have used on the teacher and student file. These only go into the file once. I can give the group a longer name and also set a subject, which must be a 2-character reference. Now I have completed my template file, I need to save each file separately as a CSV. I need to delete the red notes section on each tab if I have not done so already. I right-click on the row and then click Delete. I click on the Students tab and go to File, Save As. I put the file name as Students, select the Save As type as CSV, delimited, and click on Save, followed by OK, then Yes. I then do the same for the teachers and groups, leaving me with 3 files: students.csv, teachers.csv, and groups.csv. I return to the import screen on the AlfieCloud. I select each of the files matching it to the corresponding field. Once I have selected all 3 files, I click on Import. The files will begin to upload, and the screen will refresh. I will be emailed when my import has completed, and I will also see this message on the import screen. To see the statistics, I click on View for the import I have just performed. When I need to add new users or more groups, I will need to import all of the data again. If I do not put all of the data into my files, anything missing will be marked as deleted.